Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel Pips and Profits. And as usual, today we're going to be looking at the weekly outlook for the markets. We're going to be looking at the dollar index, we're going to be looking at GBPUSD, and maybe we'll be looking at some other currency pairs. Alright, but we'll focus on our main currency pairs for today. Okay, so we're going to be jumping straight into the chart. We're going to be starting from the dollar index quickly. So that we can see what the base currency is doing. That is the dollar index before we move into other currencies. Okay, now looking at the dollar index on the monthly time frame, like I've been shouting all through the month in previous weeks, I've been shouting it that the dollar index is on the monthly bullish trend. The dollar index has been bullish all the while. What we've been seeing is much of a retracement, which gave us the sales we've been seeing of the dollar, but it is looking likely that the dollar has resumed its strength. Okay, looking at the way this month's candle is and how it may potentially close this month. This is just few days to the close of this month, about 4 to 5 days to the close of the month, and the candle is already expanding this way. So if we see the candle close be above the high of the last 3 months, they will be looking to continue with our bullish momentum of the dollar. Okay, our bullish bias for the dollar is going to continue if if the high of this month closes above the high of the last 3 months, the open of the last 3 months. Okay, so that is what we're looking at on the dollar. But overall, not to complicate issues, dollar is currently bullish. Okay, now on the weekly time frame, we're seeing that the weekly time frame is also bullish. If you can remember from the last videos, if you can go back in time and check, you will see that we marked this region here, and we said we're expecting price to break above this region to give us the bullish momentum. Okay, and for most of last week, price did so, and it has closed above this high. So clearly, the dollar is bullish. There's no debate about that anymore. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we've always been bullish on the daily for the dollar. Look at the region which we marked on the weekly, and on the daily time frame, price is also showing it. So we're seeing expansions on the daily time frame. Now this expansion that broke above this high gave us a quick retracement right here, and after this retracement, we're expecting to see the dollar go back up. Okay, so we may also be seeing some as a volume imbalance right here, or a volume gap right here. Price may come back to test into it for next month, and then we may continue for next week rather, I beg your pardon, and then we may continue upwards. But currently, I'm expecting an expansion on the dollar to take out this high residing right here. Okay, let me take this out and replace it with a trend line to make it easier. Okay, and this one is for the monthly, so let's make sure of that. Okay, so back to the chart. We're expecting next week to take out this high. Okay, this is the next liquidity region we want to see price take out, and after that, the next liquidity region we want to see price take out is this volume imbalance residing on the daily right here. We want to see price trade into it clearly with large volume candles, okay, with full bodied candles right here. So these are my 2 points of interest for the dollar going into next week. So let's take a look at the H4. The 4 hourly has given us the retracement we're talking about on the daily, so we may be seeing an expansion. So going into next week, I expect to see an expansion on the dollar. Okay, so the dollar is clearly bullish. Now looking at the GBPUSD as my favorite pair, the pair which I trade. Like I said, if you want me to check or analyze any trade alongside with you, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Just tell me the name of the pair, and in my weekly analysis like this, I'll be sure to include it in my weekly analysis. Okay, so that's by the way. Now looking at the monthly time frame of GBPUSD, I've stated it clearly that GBPUSD is on a downtrend. The monthly only gave us a retracement into some level of premium level, and after that we're going back to the downside. Okay, so we're looking at trading all the way to the downside for the most part of this year. Okay, that is for GBPUSD. So on the monthly, it's established that GBPUSD is bearish. Now looking at the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame looked to have taken out the last buy structure which resided around here. Okay, so we're projecting for that last week. Last week we said we were expecting the weekly to take out this low, which it has done smoothly. It has taken out this low, traded to the downside. Okay, so we're clearly bearish on the weekly of GBPUSD. So going into next week, I expect to see price take out this low residing right here, or trade into at least this order block residing here, this bullish order block right here. Okay, so we can mark that to make reference to it when we come next week. Okay, so this is where I expect price to trade into next week. Okay, take out this low or trade into this order block. That is my outlook for next week. Right, on the daily, for the most of last week, price ranged and it broke out of this range. So if you remember in the last video, we have marked this range. Let me show you. We have marked this range as the upper boundary and the lower boundary, and we said we wanted to see GBPUSD break out of this range to the downside before we finally conclude that we are now fully bearish, which it has clearly done. Okay, so what we anticipated last week has been completed this week. Okay, so we expect to see price trade all the way into this other block we marked. It has taken out this liquidity level. We expect it to take out all these other liquidity, external liquidity levels, and trade all the way to this downside for next week. Okay, so that's for the daily, clearly bearish. For the 4 hourly, just like the daily, price has broken out of this range. Okay, so we will be seeing price going all the way down to pick out this low. Okay, so GBPUSD is clearly bearish on the 4 hourly, on the daily, weekly, and the monthly. So going into next week, I expect to take shots on GBPUSD. Taking a look at the fundamentals for next week, we are seeing that we do not expect to see so many high impact moves going into next week. Okay, so going into next week, what we are going to be seeing is for the dollar on Tuesday. For Monday is clear, so we expect to see clear market movements on Monday. On Tuesday, we're expecting the CP consumer confidence and job openings for the USD by 3 p.m. Okay, so I'm just concentrating on GBP and the USD. And then on Wednesday by 1, we're going to be seeing the ADP and preliminary GDP. And then on Thursday, there's no much news to expect except for the core PCE and unemployment claims. These are high impact news. Okay, by the way. And then finally, ultimately on Friday, we may be seeing the NFP. We're going to be seeing the NFP by 1:30 on Friday. So what do we expect to see? We expect to see a quiet opening of the week. The first 3 days of the week should be a little quiet, and then we should begin to see erratic movements or volatile movements from Thursday into Friday in anticipation for the NFP. But these are our projections for the week. This is what I expect to see in GBPUSD for the week. Okay, so that will be all for now. Thank you very much for joining my session and my weekly outlook. If you haven't subscribed, so I'll urge you to subscribe, like, and share this video to people who may be needing it. Thank you for joining. I look forward to see you next week. Cheers and God bless, guys. I wish you good luck and good trading. May the pips be in our favor. Cheers, guys.